Continuing the flashbacks, Pyle invites himself over to Fowler's house for a drink, but Fowler has a suspicion that Pyle is actually coming over to tell Fwong that he loves her. Fwong insists it is about business as she relays a story about the first secretary complaining about Pyle importing too much plastic for supposed plastic toys. She leaves temporarily in order to visit her sister. When Pyle arrives, the two talk awkwardly until Fwong returns, and Fowler must translate in French due to the language barrier. Through translating, Fowler learns that Pyle wants to marry Fwong, and tensions rise. The argument ends as Fwong finally speaks and sides with Fowler. Pyle leaves, and Fowler writes a letter back to England asking for a divorce in order to marry Fwong. Afterwards, an annual religious festival is held in Taiyin. Although Fowler is not religious, he attends the festival and finds Pyle there. As the festival ends, the two leave together in a car in order to return before curfew. On the way home, the car begins to fail due to a lack of gas. Because of the fear of the Viet Minh's guerrilla warfare at night, the two walk towards the closest watchtower, occupied by their allied Vietnamese. The two frightened guards neither shoot them nor have any gas, so Pyle and Fowler invite themselves to stay the night. The two continue to argue and converse, hitting sensitive subjects such as Pyle's plastic incident, sexual experiences, religion, and war. As the night goes on, a local patrol of the Viet Minh find the two, and they are forced to flee by jumping from the tower. As a tank fires upon the tower, Fowler and Pyle escape into the rice fields, but Fowler has broken his leg from the jump. Though Fowler is in extreme pain, Pyle saves Fowler's life by dragging him across the field to safety, where soon allies come to save them both. Fowler returns home after spending time in the hospital. He is welcomed by Fwong and a letter from his wife, Helen. The painful letter screeches out the answer no to his request of a divorce, but Fowler lies to Fwong, saying that Helen has not made up her mind yet. He also lies to Pyle, writing a letter mentioning that the divorce is impending. Fowler's assistant, Dominguez, has fallen ill. While visiting him, Dominguez tells Fowler to meet one of his friends to talk about Pyle. Upon reaching a junk metal warehouse, Fowler meets Mr. Chow, Dominguez's friend, but finds him almost impossible to speak to due to his smoking addiction. Instead, he talks to Mr. Heng, Mr. Chow's manager. The two talk, and Mr. Heng shows Fowler a mold used to make an unknown item for a secret use, but connected in some way to Pyle. As it turns out, the mold is trademarked diolactin, an American plastic, another connection to Pyle. Later, Pyle stops by Fowler's home to complain to Fowler. Pyle has found out, with the help of Fwong and Fwong's sister, that he is lying. Pyle has discovered that Fowler has not divorced and he is being relocated to England. Fowler retaliates with knowledge on Pyle's work in plastics, and Pyle leaves.